All right, guys. So let's have a look at this market and see what's going on here. Okay. So today was a crazy day. So we're just gonna have a look at some options flow. For me, it was primarily bearish. If I look at SPY, we can see put to call ratio 3.2. We can start to see, some heavy selling here in SPY options right here, and this is just prints on SPY. If I go look at the dark pool levels, by the way, this is chatter flow, guys. Not really affiliated with them, but this is something to pay attention to. There was dark flow right here that we want to pay attention to today. Okay, this was a really big level for something of a minor for something that we have to pay attention to at this level. So this is not something that's minor. So there's a print at 419. Okay, so if the print is at 419, this is some big information. Okay, so we want to see what happens here, right? Did somebody sell? If we continue to see some selling pressure, we'll be able to see if somebody sold or somebody, bought later on. But for now, all the pressures and the charts are pointing to the downside. So, for example, I want to talk about why I didn't chase the move down. Usually I talk about my trades on Twitter and in our trading community as well. So, Twitter handles TechOp, okay? So today, if you guys just go to my page, I did talk about not chasing today, okay? I did mention that we shouldn't just buy anything just because we want to. Okay. Um, just do not get caught up in this little move up, right? So let's have a look, right? So this is ES right now. Like, what's going on with this, right? Like, look at this time frame. It's just a complete dump. Even right now, the market's live at 4 o'clock. We're just dumping away. So everybody who bought at the open today, we're saying, oh, today's going to be a green day. It's going to be a green day because of this or because of that. There's absolutely, no reason to speculate. Just look at levels, okay? So we're going to talk about what's been going on here. If we look at the levels, right, this is the lower high. Okay, so this is where supply zone is. Market went to test this level, okay, failed. Then it went to test that level again. It stayed in here. Price got accepted here and it fell. How do we know price got accepted? Well, you can see multiple days it just traded in this range here as well. Seller stayed in control. So what did we establish? We established a lower high, right? So if we establish a lower high, that's not a positive sign. And this is the market's just going off right now. So we're getting some flow coming in at the very last minute here. And second. So yeah, so if we just see what's going on and what kind of flow that we're getting, we've been getting in the market some bearish flow, and this makes sense. It aligns with the pattern that we have here. So if we just zoom out a little bit more on the 4-hour time frame, look, we got a bear flag and we have a breakdown, right? We have price that was accepted in this area as well, right? We did get above it, so this is also a supply zone. So we did get above this area, price consolidated, but could not just kind of hang out there and break out. It just it literally just broke down. Okay, there was nothing else that was happening here. Okay, there's not enough buyers, so supply just had a complete breakdown. If we look at this now, today, look how beautifully this level held. Right, this is why I will not trade anything but the levels that are presented in front of me. Right now, in order for me to go extra short, I know this area needs to be tested. Okay, so this is from 41.81 to about 41.31. If we just have a look at this area in the past, it's been tested here once, twice, and now we're going for a third test. If this breaks, easily we're gonna go down to right about here. Okay, and that's just the way it is. So this is what I practice and this is what I teach, is this right here. So we're going to zoom out here. We're going to go look at the line chart. Okay, so in a healthy uptrend, the wave up is stronger than the wave down. Okay, and that's a healthy market. So right here, the wave down started getting steeper. Okay, so this was a change of trend starting to happen right here. Then we have a massive push on the upside. We have a wave down. Okay, everything looks good here, but then you see the sell-off right here. The weakness started here. So if you want to learn how to trade using this, you can visit our website, which is technicaloptionstraders.com, and check us out there. And I do mentor. So if you like the mentorship option, that's up to you. This is our options right here. And so this is a wave theory, okay? and we have to pay attention to the price as well. But for now, everything looks to the short side until this significant level is violated, which is 4410 or 4400 if you like. If this level is not taken out, we're going to get a continuous move to the downside. So what I do like to see is I like to see a pullback even in a down move, right? We've already had a few of them, right? If we look at these pullbacks, we've had some nice pullbacks here. Okay, and tested these levels and continue to reject down. Now we do need a pullback, otherwise we're going to keep breaking down further, and this trend line is just going to be a secondary trend line that's going to get attached, because this move right now down is pretty volatile, right? The second thing is we do have a head and shoulder right here, right? So we have a shoulder, head, shoulder here, and this is and you can say this is the neckline if you want to be conservative here, because it went here, it broke it, now it failed again, and this is the major neckline that I had. As long as price is below this, head and shoulders patterns usually lead to a steeper move down. So my target for the S&P 500 is around here right now. Okay, now it could be due to geopolitical tensions, it could be because of any issue at all, but right now it's all on the downside, and that's why even when I look into the current time frame, this is the 1 hour time frame. This is what I try to analyze where support and resistance levels are. This is why I'm not going long right now. It makes no sense to me to go long a market that is not able to catch bids, it's not able to push higher, it's not able to consolidate higher. It's consolidating lower, and that's what most people don't realize, that what's going on here, the consolidation is increasing to the downside. But for now, I will watch this level, I will not trade it yet, and I will see what happens. So today, the other trade that I did take today, I did post this on Twitter as well. It's a risky trade of 2440 puts for March 25th on Amazon. So if we look at this right now, Amazon went back up, consolidated here, price got accepted, then shot up. Great. This was at earnings, and then after earnings, it went up. It was consolidating. This was for me looking like, okay, it could possibly bounce here. It could possibly try to make the next move higher here. But as you can see, it didn't make any consistent highs, right? It did have a lower high here, but that was due to a gap up after earnings. So nothing consistent here. Okay, so just gotta keep an eye on this. So when it fell here, when it broke down, this was my first short trade. Second trade, I was watching this level right here up until that area, and you see that break here. We get a beautiful swing to the downside, and now we're testing the zone again, right? We just gotta zoom out here. If we look at the zone right here, this is important. This is where price was accepted before the next wave up continued. But if you see, because this was a steep jump up, we're gonna have some sort of volume issues here, right? So we can use right here. So as you guys can see, this is a volume profile. Because of this quick move, you see how price didn't consolidate there for a long time. We have some gaps in volume. So this area could be tricky to trade. And if there is selling pressure added to the current move right now, we could see a quick fall down to these levels right here. There's a big volume node here at 24, 27. Maybe we can see some support here. Otherwise, we're going to see a continued move to the downside. Okay, so that's one thing right there. So this is why I'm still short it. I do think with CPI data that's coming out, which is going to be hotter than expected, and getting closer to the FMOC, we're going to start to see some more fall down happening right now. Right, so this is one of the things I keep my eye on. NQ, I'll just show you guys what's going on with NQ here. NQ is breaking down as well. With looking at NQ, there's no reason to go long here on tech at all. With in the rising interest rate environment, following just the way the market is moving, there's no way. Even if they do not decide to increase interest rate, until there's some sort of stability in that market, until we have some sort of consumer confidence come back in the market and we see some sort of recovery, I think tech is done right now. I think money is starting to move more towards safer assets, which is why we're seeing gold just flying absolutely taking off here. So this is a saucer pattern here on the daily that's breaking out. It's breaking on the weekly. On the weekly, we get a cup and handle on gold. A nice break here. In my previous videos, I did cover my position on gold that I have right now. So right now, I'm up quite a bit on gold. If we are able to break the current high, which is right here at 194, gold will take off. This is a multi-time frame on a longer time frame breakout. This consolidation happened right about here. We have this break. Now price was accepted higher here, and now there's a high degree of chance that gold breaks out. Okay, just like when a stock is going to break down, it's going to consolidate and buyers or sellers are going to agree. So use supply and demand to understand what's happening here. So gold is going up. So let's have a look at crude oil. Okay. Now remember something, like I've told you guys this before, if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, have a look at crude oil. Crude oil, if we look at the monthly time frame, it's been pumping like crazy. Okay. The last time it hit this level was back in '08, but what followed this? Equities moved first and oil moved afterwards. And when oil collapsed, that's when the market collapsed too. So right now, we're in this peak zone. Okay, that's something to keep an eye on. The second thing is VIX. VIX is at 35. Okay, the 2008 crash, before it happened, it was at this level, 35, and then it shot up. Look at the VIX, is turning upwards. Okay, I know the VIX, usually people like to mean revert, but I think VIX is getting very, very scary here, and I would be very, very cautious in the market right now. So I'm not taking any long plays on the VIX right now. On any tech stocks, S&P 500. So what I like to see is what sectors are doing well. So once again, I go to my trusted tool here on Finviz, and I'm just going to go screener, and I'm just going to go maps. So this was what happened today. Okay, what finished green, what sector did well? Okay, so we have Google did well, we have Snap, we have Baidu, we have Dash, but then look at these prices, right? That's why you have to actually really understand what's going on. So I like to just look at the ETFs for the day, and then I'm going to look at, first I'm going to look at 3 months. Okay, so quarterly, 3 months, S&P 500 is down 7.5, triple Q is down 15%. So triple Q's in correction territory, so is S&P, but 7.5 is not too terrible. And then we look at the technology sector is down quite a bit. Look at Microsoft, down 13%, Square down 46. This is 3 in 3 months. Okay, look at this kill here. Then you got to look at what's leading in the market, right? We have WEX at 24%. So this is how you can analyze, right? So for me, right now, since all the leaders are here in XLE, as you guys can see, it's bright green, and you can use the this toolbar to tell you bright green means 18% and higher. You can see GDX gold, which makes sense. And then we have some other sectors here. Small cap bear, right? So it's 3 times bear. So obviously everything that's bringing the market down is going to do well, right? So this is how you do that. So what I'm looking at right now, if energy is doing well, I'm going to find those stocks. I'm just going to go to my screener, and I'm just going to find the energy stocks, and I do have them already, so I won't go through that. I'll post that video on how to screen for stocks. So main one I was watching today was CVX, right? CVX did a phenomenal break here. This is like a yearly break. Okay, this is huge right now, right? So today on the 5-minute, this morning trade was absolutely stunner. On APA, this had a nice move but faded, so you can see that. So let's just have a look here. CSX, right? These are all my bullish lists here. Okay, so it's pulling back here. So there's one stock I want to mention here, LMT, right? LMT is getting very vertical. I told a lot of my members of my Discord community and on Twitter, when a stock gets too vertical, don't chase it, because it's got to pull back. Okay, right now it's pulling back. I'm liking this. It's setting a zone here for us. So this is a good demand zone. Sorry, supply zone right here on LMT. And we have a support zone. We can say right about here. Okay, so we'll see what it does here, but it's still very, very, one-sided right now, the move. We got to keep an eye on for this, okay? So most of these stocks are moving up. XOM is another one. So energy stocks, you can see they're becoming easier to trade. So it's not that you can't find stocks to trade in this market. You can. Okay, you just have to you have to do your scans, and you have to set yourself up for success. Otherwise, it's not going to work out for you, right? So if I have my stocks to trade, this was my tech list, right? If I look at DWAC, or if I look at Shopify, right? Shopify has been killed, like, CrowdStrike, absolutely killed, right? So we had this massive move up. I remember a lot of people were calling CrowdStrike to just move up a lot, right? Well, it did break. I mean, you know what I mean? So, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to hold, right? So price completely got rejected there. Now we're testing this trend line again on CrowdStrike. If this trend line breaks, we're coming down to 138, then down to 120, right? It's simple technical analysis. It has nothing to do with emotion, right? So you should always be careful when you're taking the trades that you don't understand. If you don't understand the trade and you don't understand what's happening on the chart, you're not going to make money, right? So you're going to get caught out on this upside and you're going to think that's going to keep going until it's not. All right, guys. So that's enough for me today. So I personally think the market's going to go down. Gold is going to be where it's at. And the last thing I also want to talk about here before I go here, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is absolutely getting killed here as well, right? So this is an important level for Bitcoin. If we lose this zone at 34, 160, we're going to go all the way back down to right about here, 28, 800. All right. So I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoy the segment.